Welcome back to Blue Collar Speed and Repair. It's lift install day. Didn't really expect to be doing this video already. I thought the lift might take a little while to show up, but it showed up in like 3 days. So, little shop update before we get started. Last time you saw us install the loft, and the shop was an absolute mess. We spent a few days out here kind of going through everything, kind of organizing. It's obviously still kind of messy, but you know, hardware stuff. We hung some in the corner. We hung some cabinets up, some shelves. We got quite a bit of stuff up on the loft already. Things over here are kind of set in place. Obviously, there's a bunch of stuff that don't belong there. We did put in just some cheapy LED lights. So we have plenty of light under here. The big thing is mini split came in. I decided not to do a video for that. We did it one day after work and I was really excited to just get it done. There's thousands of videos out there on how to do it, and it's very, very DIY. It was honestly very simple. Me and the boss lady, it took a little over an hour, really. I mean, comes with a nice bracket. So I mounted a board, screwed it to the wall. You have to, I mean, the only real oddball thing you would need is a hole saw to get the line through the wall, and hook those lines up to the lines that go to the outside unit and wire it in, and that's pretty much all it takes. So like I said, I was gonna do a video, but decided not to. It was just, there's so many out there, and like I said, I just wanted to get it done real quick. So it is working really well. The only downside really is the shop doesn't have any venting, any windows at all. So we're actually talking about maybe doing like a bigger ceiling fan up in the ceiling, or obviously in the ceiling, but up in the center of the building. Just to circulate some air, because obviously up high it still stays warmer. So we'll update you on that when we get to there. But today we're going to install a lift. Finally, I'm excited. It's been a long time coming. I went with the Bendpak 10,000 pound. This is I believe it's 10AP-168. So I decided for me it was kind of a buy once, cry once type of thing. They are more expensive. You can get cheaper ones, but I decided to go this route. So again, 10,000 pound. I went with the 168. They're normally 148 inches tall. It was a few $100s more to get the 168 inches tall. And I figured since I had the ceiling height, I might as well. This can also be configured in like a standard or a narrow configuration. I believe it's 135 inches wide or 145 inches wide, which I think is what we're gonna do. So it'll be a little wider than normal, a little taller than normal, and support 10,000 pounds. So it should do anything and everything. It should be more capable than anything I need, basically. So, cool thing about the Bendpak one is it's actually got triple telescoping arms. This is the rear arms. So this piece slides out, and this piece slides out. This piece stays stationary, obviously. I don't know if you saw that. This slides out. That section slides out. That stays stationary. So a lot of them just have one arm that slides in and out. So there's a lot of telescoping there, I guess you could say. So there should be plenty of room, plenty of options for different vehicles to get lifted. So again, the idea was I should be able to do anything and everything I want to do, from a smallerish car to I should be able to pull the dually, the crew cab dually in here. It does fit. It does fit here. So mirrors are probably still too wide, but anyway. So we got everything kind of laid out. Obviously the main stands are unboxed, ready to go. Since it's the 168 model, these are the extensions that bolt to the top. The arms, obviously, there's a bunch of hydraulic hoses, the cables, whole bunch of hardware. I've been reading a bunch of words, so make sure we got everything we need. We got stuff to anchor it and all that. First things first is it says install the locking mechanisms, which are previously installed from the factory. So step one's already done. So next, I think we have to try to slide the actual lift mechanisms up and install the cables. So yeah, equalizing cables, which are these big guys here. So we're gonna try to wrestle. Yeah, and it is raining today. Sorry about the background noise. We're gonna slide these guys up, see if we can get these cables started, and go from there. Do you have any idea where the tripod is? There it is. Found it. Just has a support. So don't pressure toes. Alright, so we need to take that. It doesn't.
Yeah, I think there's a lock there so you can keep it in place. I tried to pull up on it a little bit and it didn't budge.
No. All right, figured it out. I don't know how well you're gonna be able to see this in here. Right there's the button on the end of the cable. This piece here that locks in. So the cable is going to come down the post, attaches to the carriage there, go around this wheel, back up, across the top of the lift, and then connect to that side. And then there's going to be another cable that does the opposite. So we're going to take this part real quick, run the cable through. She's going to break it. That should just slide out of there, I think. There you go. So then, nope, it's got to come this way.
I don't want to touch anything else because it's covered in grease. I'm trying not to get grease on everything else. The end of the cable that you have in your hand? The end of the cable you have in your hand?
Oh, okay. You went and got that, or?
No, it wasn't on there. Figured wherever you were putting it through wasn't going to fit.
What happened?
I wasn't minded with a hole. Still not in it.
There you go. There you go. Whoosh. Alright, so this.
Here, what?
That.
Okay.
This end. side. Put these on here so they don't get lost. All right, got the two cables ran. So next we're going to install this guy real quick. This is the like safety release cable. So when we slid this up, and you probably heard the clicking, that's this mechanism here. Locks into some channels on the back of the lift tray. I don't know what these things are called, whatever they are. Anyway, so there'll be a lever on the one side. When you actuate that lever, it'll pull that lock back, and this cable will come across and pull this lock back. So that allows you to lower the car, obviously. So we're gonna run this real quick. And then I think we put the extensions on the top. How's this go? How's it do it? Like that, and then what? Go right up.
Looks like it goes up behind it.
Yeah.
Can we
Hang
set it
on.
up?
Hang on. We'll
I mean,
see.
you read the instructions, I didn't.
I glanced at them. Doesn't really say. It just says run it in there. Alright, so it's got a little button on the end of the cable that locks it into that deal. So when you pull
Goes flat.
the release on the other side, it pulls that in. So. Alright, step 42.
This has to go over
I
there.
was going
Oh man, we have to put this over there.
it's open on the top, so. That's interesting. Alright. Huh?
Let's do that way a little bit.
It doesn't go that way. It does go that way a little more. Okay. Fish.
I mean, the washers aren't on.
Well, you know.
Again or no?
I just want to leave these ones finger tight for now. Till we kind of figure out what we're doing. So now we're gonna take the rest of these, the cable and the release cable here, and just coil it up and zip tie it up top here so it's not in our way. Oh, we have to put the carriages back down, so we'll probably have to undo this big cable.
Neat. When do we have to put the carriages back in?
That's what I just said.
Said when?
I think we do the hoses first. I'm not 100% sure. I gotta read the words and
We'll
stuff.
leave the zip ties there. Okay, but we have to get the release on these?
Yeah.
How's that work?
I'm pretty sure we were supposed to put that lever on already.
Okay.
We're winging it.
So, pull the release. Can you pull that extra cable too? The big one? A little more? Okay. Alright. Next. So we need to put the lever on this one before we...
Potentially. Let me redo this.
You got cover shots still? That guy's upside out for this stuff.
Follow the instructions. If you haven't noticed so far, our other projects, I like to do everything wrong the first time and then go back and repeat it the more correcter way, or semi-correct.
Technically, the loft didn't have instructions, so.
But I think I mentioned that video. To be fair, excuse me. To be fair, we probably should have put the support, like 45 degree supports in
Yeah.
before we were up there walking around and putting the flooring on. But, you know.
But walls aren't straight, floor's not level.
Yeah. And to be fair, it would have been harder to line those boards up had we put that stuff in. So, technically, we did it the easier way. At least in my simple brain. So this one, I think I can grab a little thingy-jigger. Right there.
Okay.
And then,
I need to hold this in?
I don't know what's happening.
Because I'm gonna have to pull cable up too.
What?
I'm gonna have to pull the extra cable up so, as it goes down. Okay.
Nailed it.
Yeah, I can come on this cable.
Alright, so I need another wire
Hey,
tie
right here. Gotcha.
that you have.
Prepared. Didn't read the instructions, but I was prepared for that.
Next step.
Hoses. Which ones?
I believe we're going to install a fitting or two first.
You can do that. Oh. Laying pretty good.
Let's start with this guy.
Okay.
Through the hole. Down the power needs match. There. That don't seem right. It don't seem right at all. Or is that what this drum is for?
Probably.
I bet that's what it is.
What does the picture show?
I didn't find a picture. You go like that? I bet it goes like that.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Interesting. I think it would say, or maybe I skipped it. Hang on. Through the hole. Huh. Well, let's try it that way. It does, just not easy. There we go. Then that goes through like that. And we'll leave that a little loose for now. Put the cap back on.
Next, you get to remove some shipping plug and play with hydraulic fluid.
One of the elbow fittings to the hydraulic hose connector. Guessing that's one of these guys. Medium hydraulic hose, 555550003.
We don't have those. No.
Yeah, so those numbers, that's one problem. It gives you these part numbers, but they don't match numbers on here at all. So Unless... I'm sure there's a parts list on here somewhere.
What parts list is in the garbage can?
No. Well, I would think there would be a listing. I know what you're talking about, but...
That one?
No. All right, we'll be back in a minute. All right, so we're trying to install hose B 5570279. Then we go over here, 5570279, which is 3,276 millimeters, which is that one. Why they couldn't just put that number on here, I don't know. But, so this is going to go from that T to the cylinder. And it's from the back side, so I'm probably gonna have to stand on my head.
I'll be fine.
Thank you for your support.
You're welcome.
I believe that's squared and that's squared. I don't see that. Yeah, it is. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Make your plan.
I don't have one. How in the world are you supposed to do that?
Stand it up.
Sense. Should we wait until after? And then just fish the lines down?
No, it says that this is the step.
I know, but it says some of the hoses are easier to put on or whatever before the poster. I don't see how that's possible. Because I can feel it, but I don't know how I'm going to tighten it. But once it's up, I feel like we can get to that and that T easily.
But it's up to you.
Change of plans.
You don't want to stand on your head.
I'm going to do it my way. Your camera work is fantastic.
You're welcome.
Okay, so now we stand them up and drill a bunch of holes.
I forgot. You're the talent. I'm just here to support
That's not
you.
what it is. Talent is.
All right, let's get the tripod so we can both try and drop this on ourselves.
All right, back it up far
So we can get the whole thing.
so we get the whole thing, and when it falls, somebody please call 911. What's happening? Now this is.
We done? Oh, we had a table for that.
See if this is a high enough. And we do that. Whoa, easy, easy now. Sure. Not doing the thing. Okay. I feel like we should do the other one first.
Probably.
Okay, so let's take this. Either way. Before we do that, I guess I should note the next step in the instructions, which we already did last night, but it was to do chalk lines. I did a marker because it's easier to see and doesn't get rubbed off. So basically what I did was I'm setting the post centered between the toolbox and workbench and the door. And then same centered in the door. So this, let's see if I can find the picture. This can be set up in symmetric. So you can center the car, got a shadow there. So you can center the car, or asymmetric, so you can have the car back a little bit. So my idea is we're kind of setting it up in symmetric, but if we have a smaller car, we could move it back so we have more room in front. As well as if for whatever reason we pull something up, I don't have a lot of room to turn around outside with like a trailer or whatever. So like we should be able to back something in and lift it up in the symmetric configuration. So just a quick note there, that's how I decided to set it up. There's multiple different ways, you know, depending on your building, your location, your height, your all that stuff. So, you know, your approach and whatnot. So we're going to try to stand this post up now. Yeah, unfortunately. I feel like we should come this way there.
I'm sure you're gonna have to walk it.
Huh?
You're gonna have to walk it around.
Yeah.
Alright, what do you want?
I want you to lift this and put it in place, and I'll sit and turn it on.
That's cool. Am I gonna have to?
One, two. Don't laugh. Work. Here, can you set this up? Your left.
I'm gonna grab the other side of the first here. Alright, ready? That was fun.
That wasn't too bad.
Let's do it again.
A little heavy. You know, we didn't have or if we had an 18-year-old son that was, you know, not sleeping in on his his day off. What a bum. Anyway, oh,
I'll read it then.
oh, you are risking. I didn't know we were doing this yet. Okay, hold on, homie. I think we're working against each other here.
Okay, come back my way a little bit. Left. Okay, right. We're almost there. Nope. We're there. On the box. Hallelujah.
Don't know how well that shows up, but we are right on our line there, all the way around. So now we're going to stand that one up
So we don't have to turn this one around.
and start drilling holes. Right now, turn around, Sandy. Okay.
Yeah, it's just
All right, we're gonna do a battery change real quick and then start drilling holes. 16 holes in concrete. It's gonna be a good time. All right, so we're getting ready to start drilling holes. I believe this is 4-inch concrete. I'm not 100% sure. I did talk to the previous owner. He said that he ran 4-inch concrete and then ran 8-inch footers where he wanted his lift to go. According to Bendpak, we need at least 4 inches of concrete, so the footers are kind of irrelevant. So installing the anchors, effective embedment 3 1/4 inches. So what we're going to do is we're going to aim for getting the anchors 3 1/2 inches in to the concrete. And then the base plate is another 3/4 of an inch. So 4 1/4 total inches. So we're gonna go down 4 1/4 inches on our bit here. I'm gonna put me a piece of tape. Let's go 4 1/2. Just for the heck of it. That'll get us 3 3/4 of an inch. Just worried I don't want to punch through the bottom of the concrete. We can keep from it. So this is a Milwaukee bit. I've never used this style before. We do have a regular style bit. You know, like a regular style concrete bit. These are 3/4 inch. This one's for rebar. I don't know if this concrete has rebar in it or not, so we're just going to try this out and see how it goes. I'd like to get at least a couple in each side before we move on. So the idea here is I should be able to run the drill bit in until the tape reaches the top of the plate, and that'll get us our 3 1/2 to 3 3/4 inch.
Doesn't seem to be going any deeper.
Yeah. We ran into that on the, what?
There's like black marks on the other side, looks like.
Got holes in it.
Oh. Yeah, we ran into that
What
on the
that
other
is.
side.
A rock. It's rocks in it apparently. That's neat.
Should we get the vacuum?
Yeah, probably should. Doesn't help that our hammer drill here is a bit wore out, so it's not really hammering very hard. See if this one cuts any better. I'd say yes. All right.
One down, 15 more to go?
We're not going one yet.
The big one?
All right, watch our holes. All right, got 4 of the holes drilled. We did 2 in each post. I'm sure all the dust is good for the new AC. So I think we're just going to stick anchors in one in each side for now. Well, basically just kind of hold it in place while we drill the other holes. So I don't want to move it around too much. So these are the anchors. They're 3 1/4 inches. They came with the kit. So like I said, we're going to run this like anchoring adhesive or epoxy or whatever down into the hole. Just, you know, 1.5 inches, 2 inches, enough to grab that part. Just like I said, a little extra security. And then hammer these guys in. I don't know how far we're supposed to go. I guess that's it.
Next.
Okay. Okay, we'll worry about torquing those and getting them all level and all that stuff after we drill all the other holes. So,
12 more to go.
all right, we're gonna drill a bunch of holes. We're gonna take a break, probably go get a new hammer drill. I don't know how well you can see this, but it is slinging grease everywhere. It's all over the post, all over the end of the drill. It's not really hammering anymore. I've had this thing for years. I think it's finally given up, of course, mid-project. So I think we're gonna take a break, run to town real quick, grab a new hammer drill, and probably get some lunch and get back on it. So we'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, got an update. So we ended up going and getting a Milwaukee like cordless hammer drill, and we got all this side drilled and all but 2 holes on that side drilled, and now the drill is ratcheting in the drill and hammer drill mode. So you put any pressure on it at all, it starts ratcheting. So she went to go swap that out, get that warranted. I've never had any problem with Milwaukee stuff before, but you know, things happen, I guess. So we're almost there for that. So we got Jesse out here. I think we're just gonna start running hoses. Get the hoses in the 2 towers. We got to get those 2 pieces or the like crossbar that goes across the top. We can start kind of getting that assembled and put it together, and when she gets back, we can finish boring holes in the ground. Straighten this thing a little bit. Maybe not. That seems way too long. Seems way too long. Gotta go from there to there. This is too long. What's going on? Hold on. Let me look at the. Go back. That hole here. So it didn't say, so the instructions just said, put the T above the pump, which the pump mounts here. So I thought it was this hole, but I guess considering how long this is, I guess it goes all the way the heck up there. All right, so let's take this out. Just winging it. I don't know what this rubber grommet's for then. I'm sure fit good. Of course, now I don't even know if it goes here.
Oh, you put that on there?
Yeah.
Oh, I got you.
I stuck the grommet in there. It made sense. Fire's kind of spot here.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
You want me to try and hand it up to you?
Yeah. I need the elbow side.
Okay.
Not lose my balance in the No, I lied. I needed the other side.
Oh, okay.
So basically what we got to do, I don't know how well this is going to show up, but there's a plug in the end of the cylinder. We got to take that plug out, thread this guy in. We got to put some thread sealant on it, and then this hose will connect to that. And then this hose goes up and it connects to the T that I just put all the way up there. So looks like a Allen wrench of some sort. You don't have to be right in my face, dude.
I'm getting the action shot.
Getting the action shots.
You want to make some money or not?
Too big. Come on.
I'm getting the pans. I'm getting the B-roll.
Get coughing and hacking. There we go.
Getting the coffin and hacking.
All right, so we got that in. The little elbow that comes out of the end of the hydraulic unit, the ram, and then goes into the elbow on the end of the hose. We got that side done as well. So that hose goes up and across. So I think next step is we need to put the upper piece on. Yeah, so after anchoring it all down, overhead assembly. So we're gonna start putting that together, which again are those two pieces. So it's drilled. You use the inner holes for the regular configuration, or the outer holes for the wider like we've got. So let's see if there's a direction and which direction it goes and all that good stuff, and start getting it up there. All right, got the top piece, top crossbar kind of laid out. Again, it's drilled for wide or narrow setup and wide. Looking at this like little micro switch deal. So you mount this bar, onto this, and the idea is, well, the way it works is you put it up in the air, or put a car up in the air, vehicle, whatever. If it hits that bar, it pushes the micro switch. So if you have a really tall vehicle, it keeps you from hitting this crossbar basically. I'm gonna put it in. I don't know if I'll wire it yet, because obviously this thing's really tall anyway. I don't see me having anything that tall that's gonna need it, but the parts are here. I'm gonna go ahead and stick them in here. Get my instructions out here. Hang on, I'm getting confused. So problem is I'm working upside down. So this has to go this way. don't know, something like that. Sure. All right. Goes on like that. And there we go. So this will normally hang down, obviously, and if the car goes up and touches it, it pushes that micro switch, shuts the pump off. Like I said, I don't know if I'll wire that because it's up there. I don't know if I'll have anything tall enough, like I said. So boss lady is back with a replacement drill, new drill bit. So we're gonna make a bunch of noise. We're gonna get these other holes knocked out real quick before we move on. All right, got all our holes drilled, all our anchors in. This side just snug. He's going around torquing this side. And then we gotta double check, just make sure they're plumb. I mean, I'm not looking for perfection here, but I mean, I'd say that's pretty good. That might need an adjustment. So I might have to loosen the back ones up a little bit and lean it this way just a hair. It's not like a lot, but a little bit. So why don't you stop there and come do this side, and I'll loosen that up. See about shimming it. It came with a bunch of these little shims, so I'm just gonna put a set of them across the back and see where we're at. I ended up putting 2 shims under each of the studs in the back, which gets us basically right there. Good enough, I think. That side looks good. This side all torqued down is actually, again, right there, so not gonna worry about that one too much. So because some dummy got the super tall lift, we gotta try to figure out how to get this thing up there, which is gonna involve the scaffolding and a ladder again, probably. So can you lift that thing? All right, I hope that was more exciting than it was fun doing it. Not like a really good way to show anything, obviously. Basically what we did is the top plate's just sitting in place, and then we have our cables running up. So this one's going up this side across. Sorry, hang on. So this cable goes up to a pulley at the very top, goes across the top. So this pulley comes down and it's going to feed into this. Basically, it feeds into all this stuff's got to be tied still. It's going to feed into here and get the nut on the end. Same thing with that side. So got the cables back in, got them both started. So these are what's called equalizing cables. So they hook, the little latch piece hooks into here, it goes to a pulley up and connects to the other side. So all this does is keeps the two carriages in line. So when you put pressure to the cylinders, one doesn't go before the other one, basically. So we got to look up how to adjust all that. But for now, I'm gonna take care of a couple things. So I don't know how well this is showing up, but the rubber hose goes up. It's got this little channel it sits in. So there's another one up there. There's a couple on the top. These top extension pieces aren't tight yet. We haven't bolted down the cross piece yet. I'm gonna button all that stuff up kind of real quick. Then we'll work on finishing this thing up. All right, so the extensions are all tight. The crossbar is all tight. The lines are all in place. Cables are all in place. So again, we ran the lines up, attached them to those little tab deals. They are tight at the T. So this cylinder runs straight up, goes into the bottom of this T. That one goes up and across and into the bottom of this cylinder. So hoses are all good. Cables are there. So on the cable equalizing cables, it just says, what did I say? Yeah. Put the threaded end of the equalizing cable through the hole top of the lift head, then install the nut and securely tighten. Doesn't say how much. I guess we'll just kind of run them down until the cables are snug and run that. So I'll get a socket in here, tighten them down a little bit. And then we've got the release cable to deal with. And then I think we can hang the motor on. We got to run a line from the outside of that T to the motor and run power to this thing, put some fluid in it. We're almost there. Getting tired. All right, so that goes through something like that. That goes through like that.
Is there a pin of some sort that goes through the other part?
There's a set screw. Goes there. This goes. All right, we're gonna do the finger shuffle here. All right, do the thing. There, got it. Teamwork. All right. Okay. All right, so Pump motor is all mounted. So he's going to go up. So basically we're going to go from this port up to the T that goes to the cylinders, and that will be the supply to the whole system. That doesn't fit real well. Anyway, then we can dump some fluid in it and run a wire to it, and we are good to go, I think.
According to the book, it says put the arms on next.
All right, main feed line in. Got to put a cover on this. There's like a little clamp that goes here, and they're going to dump some fluid in it and get the arms on it. I'm going to go up and hook up some wiring. Nothing caught on fire.
Not yet.
You doing the honors? No?
What's up?
All right, here. Where's that container at?
I set it over back where it was. Something's happening.
It said 3.5.
Yeah.
We filled it up to the top.
Alright. So got it all kind of bled, ran up and down 3 or 4 times, so.
Is this as it goes? Oh.
Equalizing cables need a little more equalizing. But, here we go. This is gonna make life a lot easier. I've been wanting one forever. This has been a long, long time coming. So, I'm excited. You can see we still got plenty of room up here. It is set back a hair, I guess. I don't know how well you're gonna be able to see it. You know, kind of under the driver's seat, between the driver's seat and the steering wheel, I guess. So, plenty of room out back too. Again, this could be moved back a foot and this lift would handle it just fine. So, my only day off today. It's already getting kind of late, so we're gonna go get some dinner. We're gonna call it there, I think. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. I know this was just kind of a weird video. Wasn't a lot to show, just a lot of reading directions and kind of figuring things out, but it's in. We got some cleaning up to do. We got some straightening up to do. Again, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it, you guys. And next up, my next day off, I am going to go get some metal and we're going to build an elevator. So that will finish the inside of the shop. There's still a few things outside, and then we have parts for this car, or several parts for this car. We're waiting on a couple things, so we're gonna get back on this thing really soon. If you're not subscribed, subscribe so you can find your way back. Leave me a comment, tell me what you think, and like video or whatever. And we'll see you guys next time. Appreciate it.